got to win tonight if you want to win this series.
Absolutely. Dodgers trying to bounce back and even up this series with the Red Sox. Let's send it upstairs to Joe and Oral with the call. Joe, take it away.
All right, John, all of Los Angeles waiting for that sun to go down on this oppressively hot Saturday afternoon. The middle game in a 3-game series between the Dodgers and the Red Sox. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto riding to the rescue after the Dodgers dropped the first game by a final of 9-4. We welcome you inside. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Staying cool if you're in Southern California as best you can. Joe Davis and Al Hershiser. Not a great game for the Dodgers to get this series started, and it's the wrong team to not bring your A game against these days.
We heard about these guys and how hot they were. Now we're getting to see it in person, and they have really figured out their identity. They are a grinding team, not a lot of power, but you know what? They got it done with the bats last night, and it was powerful at times, and they have great pitching. And you know what? They are playing very, very well, and they're fun to watch.
Well, you play a game like last night from the Dodgers side, it's a great thing to have the guy going they have tonight, Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
He is on a roll. He's having a Cy Young type season. It's going to be a lot of chase, I think, against this young lineup. They do not hit the slow stuff very well, and of course his fastball sets up his split, but look from even the curveball or the slider to make some dents tonight, and he is on a place where he is the stopper. And you know what? The old stopper's in the house. Clayton Kershaw, we've seen him here.
That's right. Yamamoto trying to match last season's total with 12 wins. If he can get it tonight. Down to the field, here's Kirsten Watson.
Thanks, Joe. As much as last night was a tough loss, there were some silver linings, and that was Cole Irvin. He did exactly what he was asked to. He took down 6 innings of work. As much as it was a tough 7th, he protected the bullpen to put them in a position to be ready to win these next 2 games to ultimately win this series. The Dodgers last night, they were without Edwin Diaz as well as Tanner Scott. For Tanner Scott, he should be online tonight, having last night off. But for Edwin Diaz, Dave Roberts did share that they might want to give him an additional day since he is just coming off the IL. They will also have a few other reinforcements. That is Will Klein is being placed on the IL with elbow discomfort. Cole Irvin has been DFA'd, so that means that Kyle Hurt as well as Wyatt Mills are available if need be, guys.
All right, Kirsten, as the Dodgers and Red Sox play Game 2, and Yamamoto tries to join Ohtani as superstars from Japan to make an impact this weekend. The home run, 2 hits for Shohei last night will lead things off in Game 2 when we come back.
Dodgers and Red Sox. Joe Kelly throwing out the first pitch. He told us on the pregame show he really wanted to fire in there about 98, but not when his buddy Alex Vesia is catching him, Jerry.
Absolutely not. Joe Kelly is in great shape. I'm surprised they're on a team out there that would try to get him to throw. He's only 38 years young.
Yeah. All right, Dodgers Red Sox coming up. Shohei Ohtani, he sat out the game on Thursday due to knee soreness. Came back last night. James, he had a double. He had a home run. So if the knee is truly bothering him and hurting him, it's not affecting him a whole lot, at least offensively.
No, definitely not. I mean, he's using those legs right there, turning, getting the bat out there, taking the correct angles, having his timing. I really don't think it's affecting him in the box. We've seen some wincing every once in a while. He's fine.
What is Miguel Rojas and Blake Snell doing? That actually took 25 minutes.
They're just having fun, Jerry. It's Saturday. Everyone's hot. We're all a little giddy right now. Right. First pitch, Dodgers and Red Sox coming up with Joe and Oral right after the break.
Limitless.
Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. is saving you big with a $5.99 maxed out double stack spicy chicken sandwich. The new Spicy Chicken Max. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Come on back inside Dodger Stadium. The middle game in a 3-game series. The Dodgers and the Red Sox, and Yamamoto taking the ball for the Dodgers. One of the best pitchers in baseball. You go back to mid-May. Actually didn't get off to a great start to his standards. He gave up 5 runs to the Giants on May 12th, but since then he's got a 2.14 ERA. They started the second half with a complete game against the Yankees. Followed that up going 6 innings, giving up just 1 run against the Mets. He's 1 win shy of his career high total from last year.
You know, start spreading the news. He beat both New York teams. He's on a roll right now, and I feel really good about where he's at. The only thing that creeps up against him is the home run ball. And that's when he's just not on the corners and he's trying to live with his fastball and maybe not landing the split. But when you look at this arsenal and you look at the batting averages when those pitches flip, especially the two at the top, there is the foundation of Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Who gets ready to face the Red Sox for the first time? And the lineup that'll face off with tonight looks like this. Anthony Siegler leads off and starts at second base. Cedar Rafaela, the all-star center fielder, went deep in yesterday's game in that 5-run 7th inning, followed by Wilyer Abreu. Caleb Durbin slides up and bats cleanup. Wilson Contreras not in the lineup today, undergoing concussion testing after he got hit in the head yesterday. Yoshida DHs and bats 5th. Nick Sogard's at first base for Contreras. Monasterio, what a game he had, both at the plate and defensively at shortstop. Jarren Duran, the local guy, had 2 hits last night, and Connor Wong, the last remaining piece of the Mookie Betts trade, catches and bats 9th. The Dodgers just 10-10 over their last 20 games. Still, those 69-41, tied with the Brewers for the best record in baseball. Still with a chance to become the first team to reach 70 wins this year. And still with an 11-game lead over the Diamondbacks in the West. Speaking of good pitchers, Clayton Kershaw is in attendance. Ed Joe Kelly throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Clayton Kershaw's here. You're here. Wow.
Well, Clayton will be on NBC tomorrow night, so he's in town for a little work and a little family time. And I think Joe Kelly threw the fastest first pitch of the year.
You know, Joe finished playing and started lifting. He's gotten big and strong, and
he looks great. Clayton tightened up the face and the hair.
Yeah.
Very professional looking for television work.
Retirement looking good on him. Now, these Red Sox last night with a 9-4 win have now won 26 of their last 31 games, going from 14 games below 500, completely dead in the water, to 58-51 in playoff position. Yamamoto looks to be the man for the job to slow him down.
They're going to attack early. It's a young team that loves to swing. They had 4 guys in a row yesterday put the first pitch in play.
It's Siegler, who's an aggressive hitter, leading things off, and it's a curve with Yamamoto certainly knowing what you're talking about, and it lands for a strike. Siegler, they've nicknamed Sparky. Came up in mid-June when the Red Sox were needing a spark, and he gave them that. Whole team feeds off his energy. And an 0-1 from Yamamoto as his hands cracked and a bounce at his second. It is Tommy Edman to get him for the first out of the night. That's a cutter that has been better and better for Yoshi. Actually got hit pretty hard the first month plus, but the last 2 months the league hitting 170 against that pitch.
Center fielder number 3, Cedar Rafaela.
Got a couple of starting pitchers tonight that rely on their fastball and their firm stuff.
It's a little more like it tonight, isn't it? Last night's matchup, Dodgers and Red Sox, 2 of the best pitching staffs in baseball. He had a bullpen game for the Dodgers. Tonight, Yamamoto against Peyton Tolley as Rafaela sends a high drive to left center field and gone. Second home run in as many nights in this series, and 5 in his last 11 games. Red Sox strike first.
There they are attacking on the first pitch, and this is a high kind of hanging splitter. Difference between the splitter you throw for a strike and the splitter you bury, and they're just trying to get ahead of them, and this one just kind of drifts a little left to right. No depth to it at all, and a good swing right there to get the Red Sox on top.
Boy, it's a simple, efficient swing from Rafaela, who has not always looked like that. Used to be free swinging, big swing, but he's calmed the swing down. He's gotten much more patient at the plate, much more selective. Now, I wouldn't know it right there as he goes after the first pitch. But he has blossomed into a star. Center fielder for the Red Sox.
I don't blame any hitter swinging at that pitch for the home run. That was a hanger, and Yamamoto knows it was not his best.
Wilyer Abreu now. It's a big bounce at his second. Edman waits on it, and he's been there for the first 2 outs of the night.
If they're going to swing like this, Yamamoto's got a chance to throw a complete game.
Did so against the Yankees that day where they had a bullpen game to follow. It's part of a doubleheader. And coming off a bullpen game yesterday, not as desperate as you would be if Cole Irvin had not done what he did. Went 6 innings in that ball game.
That's when you just have to wear it for your team and your manager.
2 outs, base is empty, and the third baseman for the Sox, Caleb Durbin. 2 hits, 2 runs yesterday, laid on a fastball right here. So his surge continues. We were talking about him yesterday, but his probably of any player most closely matches that of the Red Sox. Really struggled his first couple months with the team, coming over in the trade from Milwaukee, but has taken off. Takes a curve here, and it's 0-2. Outside with a sinker.
Well, 8 pitches in, he's already thrown 2 curveballs. As far as looking at his whole arsenal, the curveball has taken a step back from last year's results, but tonight with this young team, looks like he wants to put it in the mix.
That's really the only pitch that's gotten hit. Ground ball left side, cut off by Max Muncy, and that's the inning. Home run, though, from Cedar Rafaela has opened the scoring in the top of the first. By your SoCal Helpful Honda dealers. Ohtani leads off. Andy Pages, Tommy Edman bats third today. Freeman hits the cleanup hitter with Kike Hernandez in left, Teoscar Hernandez in right. Muncy, Rojas in rushing. Both Kyle Tucker and Mookie Betts getting the day off today. Peyton Tolley, the 23-year-old left-hander from Stillwater, Oklahoma, who came up in late April, struck out 11 against the rival Yankees and has not looked back. His first pitch of the game is a fastball inside to Ohtani.
It's going to be an interesting night watching this young man pitch. He has a lot of personality on the mound. He will show you his emotions. And he has an electric fastball. You're going to see the 4-seamer an awful lot. He'll mix in the sinker every once in a while. That doesn't have the good stats, and the changeup is amazing. But he'll only throw 3 or 4 a game.
Ohtani knifes one through the left side on a leadoff hit. 8 out of 13 on this homestand for Shohei Ohtani.
Comes off a road trip where he's hit below 200, and now he comes home and he's hitting almost 600. It all evens out with a guy with his kind of talent.
Well, Shohei, as he deals with the knee issue, has not attempted a stolen base since May. On as the tying run as Andy Pages climbs in and shoots one to right center field. Wilyer Abreu's there for the first out. Ohtani tags, trying to take second. He's out. Abreu, one of the best arms in baseball, throws him out. I know he's not attempted any steals because of the knee the last couple months, but he's been more aggressive than ever trying to take extra bases, almost as if to say, I know you think I can't, but watch me try to, and more often than not, it's backfired.
Yeah, you know what? He thought he caught him on by surprise, but the arm is there. Just a little routine fly, and yeah, he reads it. Boy, he is showing that the knee is okay in his mind.
And there's the first look at the demonstrative Peyton Tolley that you previewed for us. His pitching coach Andrew Bailey says he's like a cartoon character out there. Well, they're empty for Tommy Edman, who swings and misses at the elevated fastball. Second round pick just 2 years ago. He was the pitcher of the year in the Big 12 out of TCU. Made it to the majors at the end of last season. And at that point, he was 65% four-seam fastball. That's a tough way to live. He still, as you told us, throws it a lot, but he's brought that sinker along this year. He added the cutter last year. And they already love him in Boston.
Well, he had a great offseason. He came to their organization with just the fastball and left the year and came back the next year with a few other pitches. And they weren't just in development. They was landing them like that curveball right there.
Strikes out Tommy Edman, and that's that for the Dodgers in the first. Dodger ace, the Red Sox do on the home run from Rafaela. And I'll bring up 5, 6, and 7 in the second with Yoshida to lead off. His old Buffalo's teammate in Japan. Played 6 seasons together, won a few pennants. The Red Sox fans were cautiously optimistic they had an inside track to get Yamamoto to come to Boston because of their relationship. Ultimately, Red Sox weren't one of the finalists for Yamamoto, though, choosing the Dodgers over the Yankees and the Mets. And now in his third season of the 12-year, $325 million contract that an inning into his major league career looked like a disaster. He didn't even get into the second. Midway through that first year, he was doing well, but it was still easy to look at that contract and say, wow, that's a lot of money for a guy that looks pretty average. But pretty much from late in that rookie season, he has looked like he's worth every penny. Fires a 1-2.
We just showed the stat on, gets roughed up a little bit in the first inning, and they're not thinking about using an opener for him. And the best thing that he does shows his character after rough first innings, because he still goes out and goes 6 or 7 innings.
Strikes out Yoshida and probably takes a little bit of extra satisfaction doing that to his old teammate. First one of the night.
He's got balls fading left to right, and this one he just cuts back to the corner, locks him up.
We were talking about his start against the Mets on Sunday, where he 1 run over 6 innings, and by the way, you need 7 of those to get Jumbo Jacks tomorrow for free. But he gave up 5 hits and 3 walks over those 6 innings, and he said after the game that right from his warm-up pitches, he knew that he didn't have the feel, so he went into the game still searching for it and never really found it. So he said, I feel like today was a growth day. Still able to go 6 innings and hold him to 1 run when I never had it. Ball and a strike on Sogard.
Yeah, through this hot streak since May 18th or so, he's less swing and miss, but a lot more soft contact. And that's going to help his pitch count. That's going to help him go deeper into the game. And I think it's actually going to protect his endurance for the October run. Because he's going to say, I'll take the ball on 2 days rest, no days rest, 3 days rest, 4 days rest, whatever it takes.
Proof is in the pudding at this point when it comes to that. Bottom falls out of that splitter, and it's 2-2.
He has not thrown a bad splitter since the home run. He has made a complete adjustment on that. He's starting them at the knees now, and he's saying, okay, if you guys are swinging, I'm not throwing a strike one. It'll look like a strike. It'll end up a ball.
See if he doubles up on it. He went to the cutter, and it just dipped low. Take your pick. Fastball, 155 average against. Sinker, 154. Splitter, 159. And that cutter right there, the last 2 months, 165. Turns and deals a payoff, and Sogard pops it up. Muncie's over there. And it's out of reach. Hernandez coming on as well.
They both had long runs over there. Kike from the outfield and Max from the 6 hole.
Dodgers looking for a sharper defensive game tonight. They had 2 errors yesterday. And yeah, the Red Sox won the game. They scored the 9 runs, had the big 5-run inning, but the Dodgers handed them a few gifts. Out on the bases that Kike made. They left 7 on base, had opportunities to score more and didn't. And a team as hot as this one can't afford to give gifts to like that. It's a walk. First one of the game.
Well, the Red Sox earlier in the year would fall behind to the Dodgers 4-3 like they did in the middle of the game, and they probably would think this game's over. But they have found their identity and how to come back.
Monasterio was part of that comeback. A couple great defensive plays. This was a nice one. The next one that he made was a big one and helped him get out of a jam. And then he also had a 2-run double.
Well, that finished off that 7th when they really took the commanding lead.
And it was a snapshot of everything you're talking about, that 7th inning, the well-rounded offense. They had 3 infield hits in that inning. They had his double, and they had Rafaela's home run. On an 0-1 from Yamamoto, Monasterio lays off.
They're a pesky team, Joe. They are really pesky and are grinders now, like Milwaukee Brewers.
Where a couple of their everyday players came from, Monasterio and Durbin. It'd have been like the Diamondbacks and their pennant run in 2023. They just put the pressure on you. Enough slug in there to do damage. Fly ball into the bright sunshine in right center field. Andy Pajes has it located, and Monasterio's out number 2.
Aggressive early and try not to strike out late in the count. It's pretty much the way they're approaching baseball right now. If they stumble on a home run, that's great, but they're not really playing for it. They're looking just to put pressure on your defense, get their infield hits with their wheels, grind out at bats in key situations.
Things are going so well right now. Even Jarren Duran came back from a nightmare of a game against the A's the other day to have 2 hits and drive in 2 runs yesterday. Bounces this ball to straightaway short, and Miguel Rojas to wrap up the top of the 2nd. Yeah, go ahead and throw it. Freddie Freeman, a 3-hit game yesterday and a 10-game hitting streak where he's just shy of 500.
He is locked in. He is serving the ball to left field when he needs to for little doubles and RBIs with 2 outs, and then he is turning on the fastball in.
A 10-game hitting streak, the longest by a Dodger this year. Leads off this 2nd against Tolle and swings and misses at a first pitch cutter.
That gets graded a cutter, but boy, that looked like a sweeper slash slider. That's a big break on it.
Back to the 4-seam, pop down the line, foul. 0-2. Tolle is 6'6", 250 pounds, elite extension. And he releases the ball as close to home plate as anybody.
We've watched him for 3 outs and 2 pitches, and he's one of my favorite pitchers already.
Good TV, Peyton Tolle. Good quote as well. They asked him during spring training what he thought about his chances to make the team, and he said, "I feel like I'm the 3rd monkey. The rain's coming and the ark's leaving." Base hit to left for Freddie Freeman to lead off this 2nd and extend his hitting streak.
I'm glad you got the punchline in there. Way to go, Freddie. Pitches it where, or hits it where it's pitched. He's a hole. Tough guy to defend.
Kike Hernandez music. 1 for 2 yesterday. Sure does look hitterish. Just looks in rhythm. And he'll play around with his leg kick size and with his hand placement, but he found something coming back from the injury the first time back in May. Just rhythmically that he was able to recapture right away in his 2nd rehab after waiting for that oblique to heal. Sometimes oral guys talk about the feel, and we would never be able to know that they're feeling anything good. But this, I think, is a situation where you can look and see that he's feeling it.
Yeah, you know, where the eyes are the gateway to the soul, and guys, hitters' eyes tell me a lot of times what is going on. He's just got a lot of intent in his movements and then his look. It's like, I got this. That deep breath has been something that's been with him for a few years, but just the way he's looking out at the pitcher, it's like, I got the confidence. I'm ready.
Pops this one up. Siegler at 2nd to make the catch. He had the 2 months that he missed with the recovery from the elbow. Then he plays 2 games, 2 months that he misses with the oblique, and now he's got 2 months to get ready for October. Dodgers down 1-0, bottom of the 2nd. It brings up Teoscar Hernandez. Over to right field tonight, starting for Kyle Tucker there. That's where Teo spent all of last season, but it's his first start this year in right. Drives this ball to deep right field. Abreu's going back on the track at the wall. It's gone! Teoscar Hernandez pokes it out the other way and gives the Dodgers a 2-1 lead.
1 for 2 last night, but this one is bigger and better. Puts the Dodgers on top. That ball was well struck to the opposite field with some backspin.
And Tolle is an extreme fly ball pitcher, so you are going to have some home runs with him, and he gives one up here. Second in the last 3 games for Hernandez after a long drought.
Started an hour early here, still 85 degrees. That ball carried well.
On a strike on Muncy, back in the lineup today. 3 straight left-handed starters for the Red Sox this weekend, so he had the day off yesterday against Ranger Suarez. But back in there today against Tolle.
Suarez edgy and changing speeds a lot, can give lefties some trouble, but more fastballs tonight against Max Muncy, and he would be more comfortable against any heater.
And where Suarez is edgy and then will go off and you can leave him there, this guy throws more strikes than anybody in baseball. And he's top 10 once he's in the zone at limiting damage. It's empowering to keep doing it. Muncy hooks it down the right field line. That'll get down for a hit. And he's already seen Abreu's arm. Doesn't think about testing it again. 3rd hit of the inning for the Dodgers.
Well, the exact strategy that Dave Roberts played out in playing Max Muncy tonight and not last night is right here. Hitting the fastball near the middle of the plate. Timing it up and getting it done.
I'm just watching Tolle. He is a beaut. Yeah. Lives and dies with every pitch. Rojas with one away. Got married during the All-Star break, did Peyton. They asked him about the honeymoon, and he said for now she gets a ticket to Fenway and a Sam Adams.
We had Joel Kelly throw out the first pitch here, and he's kind of a cult hero here in Los Angeles. I think this guy's going to be a cult hero in Boston.
I mean, he's got it all. The whole personality spectrum with the mustache and the quotes and the demonstrative movements on the mound. Mustache, he dyes every 2 weeks because his facial hair is sort of blonde and he doesn't look as good.
Okay.
He's got it down to a science.
But at 6'6", he can walk into a classroom of 3rd graders and look like Shaq. You know, just sort of who's this beast?
Yeah, but you walk in with a blonde mustache. Oh, kids are not going to respect you.
No, not at all. Better not go at the end of the dye cycle. You know, go at the very beginning.
Right. Sir, your mustache is very dark. That's Monday. Down the line, a fair ball. Past the diving Durbin into the corner. Dug out by Duran. Muncy stops at 3rd. That's a double for Rojas.
Miggy becoming the Dodger left-handed pitcher's secret weapon as far as the guy who's going to hit him. Coming into this game, hitting over 300 against lefties, and this one he just scorches down the line.
Five hits, first 8 hitters of the game for the Dodgers. Word from Andrew Bailey and a word from Carl's Jr.
Yeah! Carl's Jr. is saving you big with a $5.99 maxed out double spicy chicken sandwich.
Good chance here for Dalton Rushing, who's hitting .375 over his last 7 games.
Short and quick, getting plenty of opportunity with Will Smith's injury, and he's taking big time advantage of it. Starting to be more consistent in his approach at the plate for me. When he started to get hot, it looked like it was streaky, but now it's starting to look like a consistent professional approach. Doing a much better job against the breaking ball.
Takes ball 1. He first game in Philadelphia on the road trip. Struck out 4 times. Landed him at an 0 for 19 hole. And Dave Roberts told me he's learned that Dalton does well with tough love, and so he gave him some tough love after that game. Sat him down and he said, "You are too good to go through a stretch like this." And it's not as much the 0 for 19, because I see you getting mad at the results. I see you getting emotional at the results. It's what's leading to that, Dave said to him. It's the approach, it's the mindset that you got to focus on fixing. Do the work and then commit to keeping your intensity level a little more moderate. Don't run so hot all the time. Well, the next day, Dalton calmly takes a couple of close pitches and then crushes a home run. And that's the start of this 7-game stretch we just gave you the numbers on. Pops this one into center field. Rafaela is going to make the catch, not deep enough to score Muncy. The guy who is so intense and naturally on fire, he's at his best when he pulls that back a little bit. Second and third with 2 out, and here's Shohei Ohtani with a performance spotlight sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. 8 out of 13, 5 extra base hits on the homestand.
We got a nice video of him here, and then they are going to put him on. And here's some boos.
We call this the warning video. You play it, and they see it, and they take it.
Totally looking for his cutter to start getting some swings and misses. The Dodgers have been hitting it.
Base is loaded for Pages. 1 ball, no strikes. There's times during the first half where this felt automatic. Andy Pages is going to find a way to get the job done. And on the strength of that, still up at 337 with runners in scoring position for the year. The 1-1, Pages swings through the high fastball. And when Tolley puts it right there, he's as hard as anybody to hit.
That elite extension and the velocity somewhere around 97, 98 miles an hour, and really good spin rate.
Down the line, long run for Abreu. He won't get there, but it's foul. Just foul. Foot away from big time trouble, and Peyton did his best to give it the old pitcher's version of the Carlton Fisk. One ball, 2 strikes on Pages. Bases loaded in the second. Tolley comes home, and Pages grounds one up the middle. Siegler well positioned, sticks with it, and ends the inning. Dodgers, though, take the lead on a 2-run home run from Teoscar Hernandez. Was saying yesterday how good he's feeling, and puts that good feeling to use with a 2-run home run. Has the Dodgers in front as we go to the third. Yamamoto comes home and has strike 1 on Connor Wong, who was part of the Mookie Betts trade and is the last piece. They had Jeter Downs come over in that trade. They've traded him away, and Alex Verdugo, of course. Quickly 0-2 on Wong. Now in his 6th season with the Red Sox. It's been a bounce back year for him. Just 190 last year, but 270 this season. And an 0-2 hold against Yamamoto. Rocks and fires.
He's got the splitter working now. He's got the cutter working now. The Red Sox are 0 for 3 off of his cutter.
Sinker. Rolled foul.
He's gone sinker, four-seamer, splitter, and now back to the sinker. Got the bat moving so you can make something look like a strike, end up a ball, get a chase.
Curve almost fell back in there. That's one where if it does get back there, that's where ABS can make a pitch unhittable, a strike.
Yeah. He was all 92, 95, 96 with the first 4 pitches, and he drops it down to 77 with that curveball.
Wong hits it in the air to the right field corner. Hernandez glides over there. Over the shoulder, he's got it.
There's a slight breeze out there to right field that Teo took a ride on, at least his ball that he hit out there, and temperature still low 80s here at Dodger Stadium. Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium.
With one gone in the third, back to the top of the order. Yamamoto to face Anthony Siegler. Grounded to second his first time up. Siegler out of Cartersville, Georgia, where he did everything on the baseball field. He was drafted as a catcher, but he also played infield and outfield as a high schooler. He's an infield since getting to the major leagues. In high school, he was a switch pitcher, like Pat Venditti. When he was a kid, his dad noticed that if he rolled him a ball to his right hand, he'd pick it up and throw it with his right hand. If he rolled him a ball to his left hand, he'd pick it up and throw it with his left hand. So his dad thought, you know what, I'm going to do something with this. I'm going to get him a glove for both hands. And once he was old enough to play catch, they would alternate. One day he'd throw with his right hand, the next day he'd throw with his left, to the point where it's just as natural as it is for anybody who throws with whatever the hand they throw with. As a starter, he was a lefty finesse guy. Then they'd bring him in as the closer, and he'd be the righty power pitcher. Done just one time in the majors in modern baseball history. Pat Venditti, who pitched for the Dodgers for a short time a few years back. Here he watches strike 3, and he's out number 2 of the third. Oh, it's Rafaela, who homered on the first pitch he saw. Second straight game with a home run, and his 5th out of his last 11.
Tonight he picks on the splitter. And that is the first home run that Yamamoto has given up on his splitters. We'll go back to the hot streak started on May 18th.
Tried to go after another first pitch right there, but the sinker was by him. This guy is sweet. When he's hitting like this. Already Gold Glove defense in center field. You heard the shout right there from Yamamoto. That was he wanted that pitch back. Fastball a little too juicy for him. But Gold Glove defense in center field. And he has transformed himself at the plate. Rafaela agreed. You got away with that, he's thinking. Used to be that a pitch like that, a lot of times he'd go after. He was the most aggressive guy in the league. Alex Cora, Alex Bregman both hammered it into him. You've got to be more patient. Got to be a little simpler up there. It's another one hard to deep left field, and Cedar Rafaela hits it out again. 2-2 game on 2 solo home runs from Rafaela.
This is a head scratcher when you see the pitch and you see the swing. Boy, he gets his hands in a hurry to get the barrel there. Those are some really fast hips and fast hands.
When you say head scratcher, you think they have something?
Yeah, and for me, in live action, first sight, I was like, I thought that ball should have got in on him, and it didn't get in on him at all. It made him change the arc of the ball as far as letting it left the bat, because he had to kind of he got crowded a little bit, and the ball was really elevated. But to have that much power with that much arc on that fly ball, that is special.
So back at square one here as Rafael gets his first multi-home run game in more than 2 years. Here's Wilyer Abreu popping one into foul ground at third for Max Muncy to wrap up the top of the third.
The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Visit MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps.
Strike on Tommy Edman. Leads off the Dodger half of the third. 3, 4, and 5 coming up here. Lone strikeout victim of Tolley so far. Life of a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. Conventional hitters have one swing to keep Major League ready. Switch hitters, 2 different swings, 2 separate swings to keep ready. Now with a right-handed swing, doesn't really need it much right here as he takes a leadoff walk. And a man aboard for Freddie Freeman, who singled to lead off last inning, came in to score their first run. And doing so extended his hitting streak to 11 games, longest for a Dodger this year. Freddie to start the second half was in a bit of a slump. He had a 2 for 20 stretch that he had going into the first half, started the second half going into the series in Philadelphia. And the red flag for him is when he's missing pitches that he should hit. And he felt like that was happening too much. For his whole career, he's had a specific set of drills that he'll turn to when he feels like he needs a reset. And so the first day in Philadelphia, he turned to those drills. He hits off a tee. And then he takes flips from a coach and just extra nice and easy tries to line him right back up the middle, swing after swing after swing. The whole point is just to slow everything down. The grounder to second. Seager will go to second for one. Over to first, double play. But from that moment forward, he's done what he intended to do when he went into the cage with the drills that day. A reset at his best when he's doing less.
Yeah, there's a feeling around most athletes that trying harder is going to get you better, but I really believe if your engine is moving at full speed, it's really hard to feel what's out of whack. But if you do things at half speed or as slow as you can, but still executing it, you can feel stuff that's like, oh, that movement's wrong, or that elbow's in the wrong spot, or boy, I feel like I'm pulling my head. I get it why he just slows everything down. The other thing I used to do is I used to throw left-handed on purpose, and it'd be so hard and you're so brutal at it. And then when you go back and put the glove on your correct hand and you get on the mound, you go, oh yeah, that's what an athlete feels like.
Opens up your brain, right?
Yeah, it just rewires everything.
Takes you out of that analytical side where you don't want to be. And frees you up to let the athlete come through.
Yeah, just the natural movements. I feel so easy. The other thing it takes in practice is it takes it to be brave enough to stop practicing when you're doing poorly and just sit down and have some water, towel off a little bit, just kind of reboot the computer. And I used to do that even for pre-games here at Dodger Stadium. You could look down there at the bullpen and all the guys sitting in that little dark cave with the screening in the bullpen. Even if it was 5 minutes before the game and I still felt bad, I'm like, I'm going to go sit down. I'm just going to, not getting any better. I'm just sitting.
Curveball cut on and miss at strike 3, and despite the leadoff walk, faces the minimum in the 3rd. Back, world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invite you to test drive a Lexus today. All tied up at 2 to the 4th inning. Yamamoto to Durbin. Got the call on the curve. 2 solo home runs from Cedar Rafaela, the only 2 hits in this game, but enough to have us tied. Heart of the order for the Red Sox here, with Yoshida and Sogard to follow. We've talked about the Red Sox turning their season around, and it corresponding with losing those 2 games in Colorado, coming home beating the Yankees, and Durbin being one of the faces of the turnaround. Durbin in the last game in Colorado, as he pops this one to Freddie Freeman, dislocated his pinky. It was sticking out at a right angle. Popped it right back in. Iced it the entire flight home. They land at 5 a.m. on Friday. And he goes up to Chad Tracy and says, I'm good. I don't care. I know you think you want to sit me. I'm playing tonight against Cam Schlittler. And Chad said, all right, go get him with your dislocated finger and all. Plays and hits a game-winning home run against Schlittler, starting this 26-5 stretch. Strike on Yoshida. Some of the old wrestler coming out in him we were talking about last night, from a wrestling family. Yoshida took strike 3 call at his first time. Had 2 hits yesterday to finish off July with a .300 average. So far his best month of the year. Flips this curveball to center field for Andy Pages. 2 up, 2 down. We get a word from Jacoby and Myers.
Injured in an accident? Call Jacoby and Myers, the official law firm of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Number 20, Nick Sogard.
2 outs, base is empty. Yamamoto looking for his first clean inning of the ball game. Here's Sogard. There's a strike on that cutter. Chopper to first, backs up Freeman. Yamamoto is waiting on the bag, and he's got his first clean inning of the ball game. 2-2 score. Teo's home run provided the Dodgers scoring, and he's up when you come back. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, serving up handcrafted pizza, crispy fried chicken, and famous Mojo potatoes since 1954. Teoscar Hernandez, who hit it out to right field his first time, leads off this 4th against Peyton Tolley. 10th home run of the year, 2nd over his last 3 games. Feels like he finally has both the swing decisions and the timing, and one helps the other. Ouch.
It's just not fair when you start to feel good and then something like this happens. There are limps, and then there is that limp. That's a lot of pain. Ugh. Right off the instep is like right there. There's just mostly bone right there. That's not a good sign.
Give it a shot.
It's one of those ones that might not swell up until you take the shoe off.
Just never take it off.
Exactly. Honey, you can't sleep in your spikes.
Watch me. He's got a hit up the middle and limps his way down to first. Leadoff man aboard in all 4 innings for the Dodgers.
Dave Roberts is really scoping him out there at first, like he needs to get a pinch runner in there maybe.
Man, he's a tough dude, and he's having a hard time fighting back. Signs of how much pain he's in.
With no outs, he could be out there for a while.
He will not be attempting to steal. Max Muncy comes up. Leadoff man on all 4 innings, but only the 2 runs to show for it on the home run from Teoscar in the second. The leadoff single from Ohtani in the first inning. He was caught trying to advance the second on a fly out to right. And then in the third, leadoff walk from Tommy Edman, but a double play ball. Cutter working like a sweeper again.
Yeah, it is one big cutter. I don't know how to. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's the spin and the angle of the spin says it's cutter, but his breaks a lot. Breaks more down too than most cutters.
Yeah, you see you see 90% 4-seam sinker cutter. And my first thought was, well, this is a left-handed Cam Schlittler. But Schlittler's stuff is velocity's a little higher, and the cutter is a real hard cutter. Talking with people around the Dodgers, they said this is more Brian Wu-like. So a couple nights ago for Seattle, as Muncy goes down on strikes, because that cutter is more slider-like and does have a little more dip to it.
And it's not like 3-4 mile an hour different from the 4-seamer. It's like 8-9 mile an hour different. That's getting real close and bumping up against calling it a slider.
Rojas doubled his first time. Oh my gosh. Dropping like flies.
That was on a cutter, not a big breaking cutter or one that stayed level. You just hit the top of the ball and right down onto the foot. Well, within an inch of the same spot that Teo hit himself. You can hide a limp out in right field. As a shortstop, you need every inch of your range.
Well, don't go far, Mookie Betts. Even Kyle Tucker. Teoscar staying in the game for now, but we'll see. Testing it. Tiptoes back in there.
You know, after Teo stays in and gets a hit, he's like, in the back of his head, he's like, I got to stay in.
Right. How is this man smiling so much already?
They laugh at pain. You do have to be slightly crazy to get to this level.
Leads the league in SAR. Smiles above replacement. He got such a great smile. Blinks through strike 3. 2 out in the 4th. 4 strikeouts for Tolley. And it's rushing.
There's been a lot of action in this game. Some balls clearing the fence, home runs, and some balls hitting people in the feet.
The producer Mike Levy says Rushing should head up there with his full catcher's gear on. Obviously, I'm not about to be the third. Hit me. 364 days till next hockey season. 0-2. Struck him out. 3 straight Ks after the leadoff single. Well, on this date in 1957, Myron White was born in Orange County, went to Valley High School. He's Santa Ana's all-time leading rusher at the time that he finished there, and had a scholarship offer to UCLA to play football, but the Dodgers drafted him in the 2nd round. He chose the baseball route, got to the majors for 7 games in 1978, went 2 for 4, knocked in a run, scored a run, and spent the next couple of years AA and AAA, where he was a teammate of yours for part of that time. Strike on Monasterio in a 2-2 game here in the 5th.
Very nice guy, a lot of talent. And there's a lot of talent all through the minor league system, and the guys who just have a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But he was a very hard trier. Just sad that he's not here.
Passed away in 2018. Myron White, happy birthday. Watching up above. All 4 runs in this ball game coming off home runs. For the Dodgers, it was Hernandez in the 2nd. For the Red Sox, Rafaela in the 1st and in the 3rd. Bottom of the lineup for the Red Sox here: Monasterio, Duran, and Wong. Yamamoto's 1-2. They're looking for his 12th win of the season, which would match his total from last year already. His win against the Mets last week was the 100th of his pro career. 30-16 in the major leagues. He went 70-29 in Japan. Yoshinobu was a 4th round draft pick in Japan. They thought he was too small to succeed as a pro over there. 4th round pick. Started in their version of the minor leagues. Up the middle to awaiting Tommy Edman for the first out of the 5th. Wasn't too long though before he proved himself down there. Came up and won not just 3 Sawamura awards as the Cy Young equivalent, but 3 MVPs.
3 Clayton Kershaw years.
Number 16, Jaron Duran.
One away for Duran. Backdoor cutter. Oh, 0-2, another cutter. Used a little differently.
His arsenal and his ability to move the ball around, he can pitch specifically to hitters' weaknesses, and he doesn't have to rely on just his strengths. If he has a night where he says, you know what, I'm going to use all my pitches and hit the spots where they struggle, he can do that. He also can say, I'm just going to go with my strengths because my fastball, my four-seamer, my splitter tonight are unhittable. So I don't really care what the scout report is. He can do both equations.
And it seems like he can be whatever pitcher he wants to be on a given night. If it calls for swing and miss stuff, if you come into the World Series like he did late in the game, if he needs to strike people out, he'll do that. If it's the first game of a doubleheader where he knows he's got to save the staff, he can go a whole game and get hardly any swings and misses and be done in 100 pitches. Complete game like he did against the Yankees, with the second game coming hours after that. Whatever the team needs, whatever the situation asks for. His payoff to Duran.
One out in the fifth, 62 pitches. He's got another good 38 before he reaches 100, so he's going to go deep into this game again.
Shot to left center. Pages was shaded over there. That's amazing. The defensive positioning. It's as if he had already seen it play out.
If you pitch long enough, when a ball leaves the bat and you're on the mound, you know if it's a hit or an out because of you've just had so many balls hit that go behind you. The angles just tell you that one's caught, that one's not. I'm sure this defense that the Dodgers have is fooling the whole staff for years as accurately as they are put in the right place.
Strike on the inside corner to Connor Wong. Catcher himself is saying, I think you got to catch those to get the call.
As far as the defense and the positioning, Yamamoto's had 2 this inning. The ground ball that he had to kind of olay up the middle, and there's Tommy Edmonds standing there, base hit. That back in the day, ball hit that hard back at you as a pitcher, that's a hit. The ball in the gap we just saw that was caught, that's a hit.
0-2. Challenge coming here though from Wong. ABS is powered by T-Mobile, and he's going to get this one right to even the count 1-1.
The pitch is a ball. Boston still has 2 remaining challenges.
Similar story to the Yankees start in that he hasn't gotten the swing and miss stuff. Just 4 swings and misses in this game. Two gone in the fifth. 66 pitches. Good range. Here's his 2-1. Wong lifts it to center field for Pages. Easy play as he waits for it to come down, and we are halfway home in a 2-2 game. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. And by Jack in the Box, Jack's new Philly-style bonus Jack combos, shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese, starting at $5.49. Top of the order for the Dodgers, tied at 2. Strike 1 on Shohei Ohtani, who's reached both times in this game, singling in the first, walking in the second. Last night he crushed a fastball to left center field for a double. Got to be on time. Got to be seeing the ball deep to hit it the way he hit it like that. And then that good timing had him ready But he got a lefty-lefty changeup and scorched it 112 miles per hour for a home run. Swings and misses here, trying to do the same. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
You really have to see ball and hit ball in a 2-strike count. Totally 2 strikeouts on the fastball, 2 strikeouts on the curveball, 1 strikeout on the cutter. What's he going to get?
He got a curveball, and he got his 4th consecutive K.
Shohei with the up and in fastball had a big time cut. Now starting to swing about the same time, but lose complete balance with that swing decision.
Pages still trying to extend a 10-game on-base streak. Fly out and a ground out today. He will right here, poking one to right center field. Abreu cuts it off, but his momentum was taking him away, and so couldn't get a good throw in. A double from Pages. Monasterio wants the dugout to take a look here. Did Pages pop off of the bat?
Pop-up slide where the feet leave, and then the hand goes back to the bag to stay in contact, and I think there's some error here.
Oh, man.
Boston is challenging the safe call at second base.
I think it's a rule that baseball has to look at. When you arrive safely with a hard slides on stolen bases, if you don't attempt to go to the next base, like at first base, this tag for me shouldn't count. I think player safety is at risk with these guys wanting to get to second base or third base as fast as possible. Sliding head first, fingers exposed, oven mitts, sliding feet first, pop-up slide so you can take the pressure off your ankles and your feet and your knees. If you're safe, you're safe. As long as you don't attempt to go to the next base. And baseball's always looking for a way to get more offense into the game. It's going to keep runners on base. Your silence tells me you disagree.
No.
After review, the runner did pop up off the bag. The call's overturned. Runner's out. Boston retains his challenge.
I just think in the area of replay where we're trying to get it exactly right. But I see what you're saying. You put a rule, kind of a guardrail where that's not something to look at.
The replay has gotten so meticulous against the runners that I think their safety is at risk now, because you watch guys slide in and now they're looking for the next body part to make sure it stays on the bag, or they're sliding over the bag and making sure their thigh and their hip stay down on the bag. It's like, that's awkward and putting people at risk.
9th and 10th outfield assists of the year for Abreu, who's going to come in and make the catch on this pop-up from Tommy Edman. That is 2nd in the majors, Abreu. 2nd only to the guy he just got, Pages.
Hey, Dodger fans, it's time for
Celebrate Korean Heritage Night. That's on August 13th. Purchase a special ticket pack and receive an exclusive Korean Heritage Night jersey presented by Jinro. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Top of the order in a tie game. Top of the 6th. Yamamoto to Siegler with ball 1. Big leading lady for him to get right here with Cedar Rafaela waiting on deck. 2 solo home runs for Rafaela in this game. The offense for the Red Sox. How about that? This scrappy Red Sox team. Get him on, get him over, get him in. Both runs coming off a long ball. They're last in the majors in home runs. More of them the last couple weeks, and more of them the last couple weeks, especially for this guy, who's hit 6 of them in his last 11 games, almost doubling his season total in that time.
When the Dodgers were having their 2nd inning of offense, it was started to really smell like a win, like they were just going to blow totally out, and they were going to beat the Red Sox out, and then I feel like, oh, this is how they're going to play this homestand. The way they did against Seattle, win 2 out of 3. And this game, though, it is seriously in the balance, and it doesn't smell as good as it used to when they were hitting in the second. This is going to be a battle.
2-2 from Yamamoto is in for strike 3. The sinker dives back to get him looking.
Yama has had 2 3-up, 3-down innings, and he is locked in and holding the fort down.
4 away from Jumbo Jacks on his 3rd of the ball game. 1 away, bases empty for Rafaela. Shoots one the other way. Hernandez running back onto the track. He's got it. But this guy is in some kind of hot state right now.
Yeah, he gets that ball elevated a little more. That exit velocity definitely could take it out of here.
I'm noticing this guy.
And he's swinging early in the count. Yama gave up 3 home runs on his splitter in his first 19 starts. And that guy's got 2 tonight on splitters by himself.
Abreu smacks one to short. Diving stop. Miggy Rowe. He's still got it. 1-2-3 inning for Yamamoto.
With one good foot and a great glove and a great arm. Be one of the first 40,000 fans on August 12th for a special fun night with Hello Kitty and Friends. Take home a limited edition Hello Kitty and Friends surprise plush keychain. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Look at that shot. How beautiful is this place?
It is gorgeous.
As was the play by that man. Freddie Freeman into left field. He's got another multi-hit game. He's 2 for 3. And the Dodgers have the leadoff man aboard for the 5th time in 6 innings.
Just a patented approach by Freddie Freeman. Left center gap. Shoot it that way.
Tied at 2, last of the 6. Here's Kike Hernandez, who's 0 for 2. Toley's had the leadoff man reach, but then twice seen him thrown out at second. And in another inning, had a double play ball to face the minimum despite the leadoff guy reaching. So living on the edge a bit, but living to tell about it. Here's his 0-1. Fly to right. Not deep. Abreu. 1 away.
I know Kike's 0 for 3, but he looks good at the plate.
Well, the Dodger offense in this game coming from Teoscar Hernandez. A 2-run home run in the second.
On 2 legs, he goes deep. On 1 leg, he gets a base hit. The foul ball off of his front foot and the one off of Miggy. Lots of pain in the Dodger lineup.
Followed that with a single. I'm a little surprised he stayed in.
Me too.
Both for that at bat, and then once we got deeper into the game. This is in the 4th.
If you're in like a 0 for 10 stretch, 0 for 12 stretch, that foul ball probably gets you out of the game. But if you're feeling good at the plate, feeling a little hitterish and froggy, I got to find a way to stay in there.
Left side and past Monasterio. That guy was a brick wall last night. Maybe the tide's turning here as Hernandez pokes it by him.
It's starting to smell a little better and look a little better this inning. Yamamoto shutting them down for a while. Now the Dodger offense waking up. Trying to get the series to a split right now.
Hernandez is 3 for 3. And here's Max Muncy. Single and a strikeout. By the way, first 3-hit game for Teoscar since May. The first one since coming back from the injury. He had a few of them there in that stretch right before he got hurt. 2 on, 1 out. 2-2 game in the 6th. Muncy takes inside. Ball 2. A challenge here from Wong.
Catcher
And I think he's going to lose it. ABS is powered by T-Mobile. He was successful as a hitter. He is unsuccessful as the catcher.
The pitch was a ball. Boston has one more challenge.
Risk reward, that's a good challenge. Late innings, first and second, 1 out.
On the corner right there. Two and 2. Go ahead run at second base. Arms in the outfield excellent in right and in center. Below average in left.
This is where he threw the curveball to Shohei and made him look pretty bad after the fastball up and in on a swing and miss.
Got him with a sinker to the corner. Strikeout number 7 for Peyton Tolley.
Of his whole arsenal, this has the highest batting average, but it is a very effective pitch when he can dot it like that.
Just added that pitch this year. It's a guy who's a second-round draft pick, thrown in the low 90s at TCU. That's now, as we see, up into the high 90s with the 4-seam. And it was pretty much just that and a breaking ball. But added the cutter last year, added the sinker this year. Tough. 2 on, 2 out. Rojas takes a ball. Bullpen has gotten started. Couple righties and Slayton and Watson.
Totally looks nothing like a young pitcher in the big leagues. He's got tremendous poise and presence. He reminds me a lot of David Wells. The Yankees in his day. Just the size, the left-handedness, and just the attitude.
Rojas flies it to center for Rafaela. And the Dodgers strand 2 in the 6th. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Amazon. Spend less on your kids for back to school. And by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. A home run from Teoscar Hernandez for the Dodgers scoring. 2 home runs from Cedar Rafaela for the Red Sox. Rest of the team 0 for 17. It's Caleb Durbin to lead things off here in the 7th. And a cue shot foul. Since Rafaela's second home run in the 3rd inning, Yamamoto's retired 10 straight.
Acting like the stopper as advertised.
And the efficient version of the stopper. Just 1 strikeout in that 10-batter span. Ahead 0-2. This is how you get deeper into games more consistently than anybody in baseball. He averages 6 2/3 innings, 6+, and all but 2 of his starts this year. And this is his 20th. Kicks and deals. Durbin pops it up. Muncy. 1 out. Let's get a word from Morongo.
Walker Hayes live August 22nd. Get tickets now. Morongo.
People come see the Dodgers a lot of times, interleague teams that only get to see him once a year, and they say, tell us about Yamamoto. And the thing that I always think of with him is I've never seen a pitcher so consistently in control of everything, where it feels like everything in the stadium is on his watch, on his clock, like he's a puppet master of the whole thing, and he just never sweats.
Well, usually the splitter is the headline, but the 2 home runs were on the splitter. Tonight, the headline for him has been the hard stuff. The Red Sox are 0 for 11 with 3 Ks off the things he throws firmly.
Yoshida bouncing ball to the whole right side. Cut off by Freeman. Perfectly done. Pretty baseball play. 3-1, 2 out.
Make it 0 for 12 on the hard stuff. I think this is a little bit of a sinker inside, and he does a nice job not hesitating, getting over there, giving Freddie a really good target near the bag, get him the ball. Perfect angle running from the mound.
Sinker doing what it do. Inducing a ground ball.
Thank you for using my English from last night.
You inspired me. I hadn't used that in a while. That's an area that Yamamoto has improved this year, that ground ball rate. 2 outs in the 7th in a tie ball game. Nick Sogard's the hitter. Does have the lone walk in this game against Yamamoto. First week back up from AAA. He's reached base 6 of his 13 times up.
In another portion of my life, I interviewed somebody that was a really top executive in a company, and I asked him, how do you get it done? I just want to learn from you. He just said, I do what I do.
Like, I love that. Profound.
I need more detail. It's almost like he blew me off. I just do what I do, Laura.
Don't you get it?
All right.
Chopper to first, and Freddie Freeman. And 13 in a row retired for Yamamoto. 7th inning stretch brought to you by Sit and Sleep, SoCal's most trusted mattress store.
The first 40,000 fans on August 14th will take home an exclusive Clayton Kershaw bobblehead presented by Snapchat. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
For his Dodger Stadium debut, Peyton Tolle as advertised. Really good and really fun to watch. He goes 6 innings. He strikes out 7. And leaves this one into the hands of the bullpen, tied at 2. One of your new favorites?
Yes, other than the fact that he did well against the Dodgers, yeah.
Rushing grounds the first pitch to Justin Slayton, throws to second, 1 away.
Been a fun game watching him pitch. It's new. It's kind of fun to see the Red Sox continue their hot streak and make this game a tough one for the Dodgers.
It's good for baseball when the brands are good. The big-time franchises are performing well. Speaking of big and brands, and Ohtani, 1 for 2. I don't know if you saw, but one of his cards, a signed card, sold for $11 million the other day.
Yeah.
It's got 2 gold patches on it. One of them from a road game in Baltimore last year when he hit 2 home runs, and then another one from a game this April where he also had a home run. And then his signature, both in English and then in Japanese characters.
The card market has gone through the roof since COVID. People staying home and looking for something to do with their kids, and then celebrities and athletes that are making tremendous amounts of money have entered into the market, and so have some billionaires that are thinking that they're going to be like collectibles, like artwork.
That bat goes as far as the ball. Siegler to first, 2 up and 2 down for Justin Slayton. This Red Sox bullpen finishing off a month of July where they had a 1.5 ERA, and Slayton right there on that path. He had a 6 ERA at the start of the month. 8 consecutive scoreless outings, though, to bring him into August.
This is a dangerous team in a short series. With their pitching staff, possibility of them grinding out some at-bats and playing small ball against you.
And remember, they still don't have their ace, Garrett Crochet. Crochet is likely to come back just in time for the playoffs. That is the hope, at least, for the Red Sox.
If they keep playing well, their Achilles heel might be their defense.
Pages. That would be infield defense with the injuries they've had. The outfield defense, awesome.
Yeah.
But they look to shore up shortstop at the deadline. Chase from Pages, 1-2. Saw a trade come through earlier. Luis Castillo, who the Dodgers faced earlier this week. The Mariners been traded to the White Sox. Castillo to the White Sox for Anthony Dominguez. A couple others to Seattle. Slayton's 1-2. Pages watches it break right over the heart of the plate for strike 3. That's odd to see. One of the best breaking ball pitchers in the sport takes it down the middle. The road ahead is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. One more game in this series. It'll be Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers. Left-hander Jake Bennett, who's 6-4 with a 2.74 for the Red Sox. And then the Cubs, one of the hottest teams in baseball, just beat the Yankees tonight. 3-game series beginning on Monday at Wrigley Field. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, for the second time in 3 starts coming out of the All-Star break, pitches into the 8th inning. He's retired 13 in a row.
9th time he's done it this year. That is second in MLB. Only one guy ahead of him with 10. That's Sandy Alcantara.
Bottom of the order here. Andrew Monasterio leads off in a 2-2 game. And he starts him with a curve for a strike. Monasterio's 0 for 2. Just about everybody is. Rafaela's got the only 2 hits of this ball game for Boston. Everybody else 0 for 20 combined. Mookie Betts is checked in at short, replacing Miguel Rojas. They'll put Betts into the 8th spot of the order for the Dodgers coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning, 3, 4, and 5. Monasterio hooks it to deep left field. Kiki on the run, will not get there, and it's a leadoff double for Monasterio. First base runner since the 3rd inning for Boston.
Well, they got it done in the 7th last night. Here, the 8th. And a little breaking ball that he gets the head out on and drives it hard enough that Kike can't reach it.
Bullpen has started to work for Dave Roberts. Evan Phillips is loosening. So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Does Duran think about laying down a bunt? He does. Up along first. Going to be tough to get him. He's safe. They're at it again.
Yeah, yesterday 7th. There's a home run. There's a bases loaded double. There's a few infield hits. There's a bunt that they get down. There's extra bases with good legs, and here they're going at it again. Swinging the bat well to start it off, and then a bunt that could be a sacrifice, but well placed becomes a hit.
It's as if they get into the late innings and they start revving their engines. And here they come. First and third, nobody out. Middle infielders stay back. Corners even with the bags. Yamamoto to the 9-hitter Connor Wong. He shows bunt and takes low. Everybody's doing it.
Especially the Red Sox.
You ain't kidding.
And this was strictly going to be a sacrifice attempt just to make it 2nd and 3rd and 1 out, and the leadoff hitter coming up.
And he's been one of their best guys at doing that. Squares again. Bunts it sharply. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That was one to bunt the ball down 3rd. Have your runner on 3rd follow the 3rd baseman in. And if he throws the ball to 1st, you have a great jump and a great lead from 3rd base to score the run on a safety squeeze.
Swinging away, strike 2. And now Yamamoto can go for a strikeout.
You've heard about pressure defense in basketball. Well, this is pressure offense in baseball.
The 1-2. Up the middle to short. Betts will go to second for one. To first, they turn two, but the Red Sox take the lead. He took a glance at Monasterio, but decided to get the sure thing, the 2 outs, and it's 3-2.
Well, the early instruction from Dave Roberts is, I'm playing you at double play depth. You get a ball for the double play, that's what you're supposed to take. But Mookie's head was on swivel. He's looking up as that one's going into the glove. Gets the quick feed to Edman. They turn the 2.
So Dave Roberts having faith in his offense that they can get one here over the last 2 innings against his vaunted Red Sox bullpen that probably will include Aroldis Chapman tonight. Siegler sprays it foul. No for 3 today, 0 for 6 this weekend.
Since the Dodgers got their 2 runs in the second, they've just had 5 base runners since then. Walk, a base hit, a base hit, and then 2 base hits in the 6th, but couldn't push anybody across.
So the leadoff man on 3 times and nothing to show for it since that second inning. 0-2. Called strike 3, but a challenge and he'll win it.
The batter's challenging strike 3.
Siegler stays alive.
The pitch is a ball. Boston has a challenge.
You can understand both managers' perspectives in this situation. The Red Sox squaring around, playing maybe for 1 run right there. Dave Roberts saying, okay, we'd like our chances to be able to score 1 with our offense. But the Red Sox, they're saying if we get the lead, this game is over. When they have the lead in the 8th inning or later, they're 57-1. Seager to left center. Hernandez makes the catch and ends an 8-inning outing from Yamamoto. But the Red Sox have taken the lead 3-2. It's been a great game, and Access Sportsnet Dodgers will recap it when we wrap it up. 3-2. The Red Sox have taken the lead with a run in the top of the 8th inning. Yamamoto goes 8. Now the Dodgers try to get him some offense to get him off of the hook.
Looking for a little support here from the offense.
As they face the big right-hander, the 6'8" right-hander Tyrone Guerrero. Edman, Freeman, Hernandez. Chopper to second on the first pitch. Siegler to first, 1 away. Guerrero got to the big leagues with the Padres in 2016, pitched in 1 game for them, didn't pitch again in the majors for 2 years. He spent 2018 and 2019 with the Marlins. This is his first time in the majors since. Bounced around from Japan to Mexico, Dominican Winter Leagues. 6 seasons away from the majors before returning at the age of 35, and he's got a 2.16 ERA. Here he comes to Freddie Freeman with strike 1 on a sinker, easy 102.
How do you bounce around throwing 100?
It's incredible.
Must not have been able to hit the broadside of a barn.
Strike 2 on Freeman.
Watching this arm, I'm thinking we should have had the infield in.
Bouncing ball through. My, oh my, the amazing Freddie Freeman has another 3-hit game.
7th multi-hit game, which he already had going into that at bat, in 9 games. It's unbelievable how hot he is. When this one finds a hole, okay, that's baseball probabilities. You hit it hard, you find some holes, but most of his stuff has been line drives.
That's his 5th 3-hit game. out of the last 9 games. Kyle Tucker will pinch hit for Kike Hernandez. And yeah, you're going to go from Guerrero to Chapman.
With the height of the pitcher on the mound, I don't know if you think about pinch running for Freddie Freeman. With Alex Call, go for the stolen base with 1 out. I don't know how fast this guy's going to be to home. But you know what? Freddie's an intelligent base runner too. If he sees that he's too slow, he might go for it himself.
I think Freddie's as good of a candidate to steal a bag as Call, who's not been a good base stealer in his career.
Yeah.
So Tucker, pinch hitting, pokes the first pitch foul. Tucker had the back-to-back games with home runs against New York. Just 2 for 16 since. One for 2 as a pinch hitter this year.
Guerrero is definitely slow to the plate, at least on the last pitch. That was a full wind-up leg kick.
On a 1-1 from Guerrero, Tucker sends a high pop fly into center field for Rafaela. Calls, catches, 2 out. Well, the Dodgers have 2 3-hit games tonight. Freddie Freeman just added his to Teoscar Hernandez. Takes a strike. First 3-hit game since before he went on the injured list in May. Part of a surge here this last week plus. Inside, a ball and a strike. Hernandez 380 over his last 8 games. On this 1-1, fouls it back, 1-2. On the hands, bounce it a short, Monasterio, and this game goes to the 9th. Red Sox have a 3-2 lead as this game goes to the 9th inning, and the Dodgers go to the bullpen. The call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. 8 innings from Yamamoto, hands it off to Alex Vesia.
Facing a few righties, few lefties. He's going to attack at the top of the strike zone, and he needs to burst to 0 to give the Dodgers a chance in the bottom of the 9th.
Trying to solve Rafaela, who is 5 out of 8 with 3 home runs this weekend.
Well, we know one thing. He's going to swing early.
They talk about him being more patient this year, but still very aggressive first pitch. He is so here as well. A diving stop from Tommy Edman to take a hit away. Tommy Tanks, Tommy Baseball.
It's one way to get acclimated to the game. You throw the first pitch strike, you're Alex Vesia, but then you're thinking you gave up a base hit, but not with Tommy there. It is a baseball gym rat making a great play.
Everybody coming out aggressive in this game, it seems like. 1 pitch, 1 out for Vesia. Here's Wilyer Abreu. Hitless in 3 tries, and now 4 for his last 43. Normally facing a left-hander would be really bad news for him, but this has been a spot where Abreu has made a huge jump this year. 590 OPS for his career against lefties. 970 this year. Went into the offseason with that as his #1 goal, to be better against lefties, to be an everyday player. So every day he hit off a machine from a bunch of different angles to replicate a left-hander. A 1-1 from a lefty in Vesia. Fouls it off, strike 2. Dodgers have Muncy, Betts, and Rushing due up in the 9th. If they get a 4th to the plate, that'd be Ohtani. And they'll try to do it against the great Aroldis Chapman. Two out.
Outer half with great spin.
Now for Vesia, he's given up fewer hits than ever. Opponents are hitting 145 against him. As long as he's in the strike zone, he's been good. Problem is the walks. There's Durbin with 2 out. The walks have been way up for him, so when there have been runs against him, that's usually been the reason. Walk rate this year double that of the league average. Durbin 0 for 3. Vesia's 1-0 pitch. Nice one. 1-1. Hold the string on him.
Yeah, nice changeup right there. What sells it so much is his aggressive actions and doesn't really change his mechanics at all. All the arm speed of a fastball, but the grip of a changeup.
No challenge from Rushing there. Ball 2. Straight up, straight down, and to the bottom of the 9th. Fasten those seatbelts. Dodgers have Muncy, Betts, and Rushing coming up against an all-time great. Dodgers got a home run from Teoscar Hernandez in the 2nd inning. That is it. And they're down 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Aroldis Chapman comes on to try to close it out.
Outstanding gas. When he is throwing strikes, he's almost impossible to hit. And a great breaking ball. And an amazing July as the calendar has flipped to August. He was 10 for 10 in save opportunities with a .75.
Amazing July, amazing career. More strikeouts than any relief pitcher ever. Just broke that record earlier this year. It had stood since the 1960s. Hoyt Wilhelm had it. Muncy will lead it off, and then Betts, and then Rushing. Here we go. Strike 1. Chapman came to the Red Sox at the age of 37 last year, and you figured there was some left in the tank. But could you have envisioned a 1.38 ERA as 37 became 38? The Cuban Missile, 9-time All-Star, fires an 0-1 and gets it by Muncy for strike 2. This was going to be the top guy on the trade deadline. He's performed in the postseason before. He helped the Cubs win a World Series. He ain't going nowhere. Just high, and a challenge might get it.
The ball call.
That's close to an unhittable pitch there. Breaking ball that just comes back and clips the corner. That's a pitch that before ABS,
one more challenge.
it doesn't get called. Doesn't get called by the human here, but the computer registers it as a strike, and there's one gone in the ninth.
Top of the zone breaking balls are ABS challengeable, and boy, oh boy, they are really tough on hitters. It was predicted back in spring training that that would be the toughest pitch on the hitters.
All right, here we go. Mookie Betts has faced Aroldis Chapman 16 times and reached 10 of them. Almost got hit.
Mookie's glance right there told me that he thinks that was a little bit on purpose.
Chapman no doubt knows that Mookie's gotten the better of him.
Yeah, that pitch is called skip rope. Maybe not. Two misses in the same area.
On a 2-0, Betts chops it left side. Durbin. Dodgers down to their last out. And instead of rushing, it'll be Alex Call. Trying to get it to Ohtani. Wow, Alex Call's first at bat of the homestand is with 2 gone in the 9th inning against Aroldis Chapman. Alex hadn't played a whole lot lately. 1 for 13 in July. High strike. Dodgers have 2 challenges, but he decides not to use one. One never been shy to use a challenge, but keeps it in his pocket here. Strike 2. Somehow gets to that pitch to stay alive.
It was like a little league swing. He just chopping at it, short and sweet. Was starting to swing early in case it was a strike and he wanted to attack it. And because he started early, he's like, I got to foul it off. Just threw the bat at it.
Another 0-2 from Chapman. Call. Spoils it again. He's only faced Chapman 1 time in his career.
It looks more like a stick ball at bat. He's got a broomstick and Chapman's throwing the wiffle ball or just whatever he wants.
Pop fly left center field. On comes Duran, and the Red Sox win it 3-2. They've taken the series from the Dodgers with their 27th win in their last 32 games.
A hot team came in to play the best team in baseball, and the hot team is winning right now.
Did it with a 5-run 7th inning last night. They do it with a run in the 8th tonight. And even though the Dodgers out-hit the Red Sox 10-4, they fall 3-2. They make 2 outs on the bases, a couple of other missed opportunities. The Red Sox take advantage of theirs and get a couple home runs. For Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Tomorrow's game on NBC. We'll be back with you from Wrigley Field on Monday night. For now, stay tuned. It's Access Sportsnet Dodgers.